Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hello. I'm audible? Okay, everyone. A very good evening and sorry for the delay. We had some technical issue due to which we had to delay the start of this broadcast. So, are we all ready for the session today? So, today we are going to do this training in two parts, right? The first part will be an introduction to All India Asteroid Search Campaign, and the second part of the training will be to make you understand about the uh, mm, the program steps, like what are the steps to analyze data in astrometrica software. Okay, so my name is Abhinav, and I am a senior educator with Space India, and I am going to start this training. So I welcome you all first of all. Okay, and now I'm going to start the training. So let me share my screen with the presentation. So everyone, I believe you can see the presentation now. So I welcome you all to this training of All India Asteroid Search Campaign. Okay, and this is the phase 2 training where we are going to understand what All India Asteroid Search Campaign actually is, and then we are going to understand how to analyze the data that you get from International Astronomical Search Collaboration or the Pan-STARRS telescope to get the to analyze the data to search for the asteroids. Okay, so uh, once again I welcome you all, and let's go ahead. So what is this? If I tell you this image, if you see this image and if you see this picture, what comes to your mind? Obviously everyone's mind, it will come that it's an asteroid, right? So yes, it's an asteroid, but what asteroids actually are? So if I see the solar system, right? So between the orbit of Mars and Jupiter, we have a lot of like billions of rock forming a belt. Okay, this particular belt of small to big pieces of rock is known as asteroids, right? Now, most of the asteroids are found in the main belt of asteroids, but some has been deflected in various different areas. So there are other types of asteroids which there are some asteroids which are captured in the orbit of Jupiter. Okay, and they co-orbit Jupiter. These are called Trojans and Greeks. Then there are asteroids which are between the main belt and the Jupiter's orbit, which are called Hildas. Okay, and then we have asteroids which are inside the orbit of Mars towards the sun. That means close to Earth, and that is why these asteroids are called near Earth asteroids, right? So just give me a moment. Okay. So here we were. So I told you about near Earth asteroids. I told you about main belt asteroids. I told you about Hildas, and I told you about Trojans and Greeks. Right. So I hope you all understood all different types of asteroids that we have. Okay. Let's go ahead. Now let's see this small animation so that you can realize like what is the actual number of near Earth asteroid. Now, this is the number of near Earth asteroids which were discovered solely in the year 2016, right? That means the yellow dot that you see at the center is the sun, and the blue dot that is revolving around the sun is the earth. Now the size of these asteroids are actually extrapolated so that you can actually see. If we make it to scale, you won't be able to see it. So these are the number of asteroids that were alone discovered in the year 2016. Now, do you want to know how many asteroids were actually discovered till date? So here is the number of asteroids which have been discovered till date. Okay, isn't it huge, right? A huge number of asteroids. Now, do you realize the threat that these asteroids pose to Earth and how we can actually manage it? So we can manage it by discovering these asteroids. Let's talk about the threat they cause. So there was an incident reported in Chelyabinsk, Russia in the year 2013 where a huge asteroid bursted in the atmosphere itself, right? Just this shockwave of this asteroid was powerful enough to break various window panes of the buildings of Chelyabinsk, right? So it was, just imagine if this would have bursted somewhat lower or on Earth, it could have got created a catastrophic event. Now, this is the Gulf of Mexico, and in Gulf of Mexico, near the town of Chicxulub, there's there are remains of huge crater. Right, this crater is nearly 200 kilometers in diameter. Right, but these are just remains. So this crater does not remain in its actual form, but it is actually that there, but it is 200-kilometer wide. Now the geologists were very curious about this crater, and they wanted to know how old that actually this crater is. So when they studied this crater and found that this crater is actually 65 million years old. Now, when they studied, by the same time when researchers were studying dinosaurs, and they found that the last fossils of dinosaur were also 65 million years old. That means that, and this particular crater, the size of crater of Chicxulub was can be caused by an asteroid or a space rock which is nearly 10 to 20 kilometers in diameter. And this size of an asteroid or space rock is capable of creating an extinction level event. That means if there is an asteroid which is nearly 10 kilometers to 20 kilometers in size, and if it hits the earth, it can you know it can take away all forms of life, like almost all forms of life from earth. Like this particular event, if we particularly talk about it, that happened 65 million years ago, took away 80% of plant and animal species on from the face of earth, and including the dinosaurs as well, right? So this is an amazing thing that to know. And yes, it causes some kind of fear among us as well. So we need to you know work in this direction. So human civilization, because we have brains and we have got science, power of science, we should not be victim of such an event, and we should, at least we should be able to we should be powerful enough to actually fight such kind of an event, right? So let's go ahead. So this was about the catastrophic event of extinction of the dinosaurs. Now, this is the ninth year of All India Asteroid Search Campaign, and from past 8 years, we have been doing a great work in this field. Okay, International Astronomical Search Collaboration. It's actually the organization which has collaborated with All India Asteroid Search Campaign. Space to run the All India Asteroid Search Campaign in India. He's Professor Patrick Miller, who is heading the IASC. He's the director of IASC. Now, what have been the achievements of All India Asteroid Search Campaign till date? One numbered asteroids. I will tell you the meaning of these, terminologies later. 52 provisional discoveries of asteroids, 1987 preliminary discoveries of asteroids, 62 NEO confirmations, 1636 NEO observations. Now, what telescopes is used? What telescope is actually used for this particular campaign? There is a PS1 telescope at Mount Halakala in Hawaii, right? This is Halakala Observatory, and the telescope has a mirror which is of diameter nearly 1.8, 1.8 meter concave mirror, right? So this particular telescope is so powerful that it has a camera. Like you have a camera on your phone, it would be like 12 megapixel, max 20 megapixel. But this particular telescope has a camera which is in gigapixel, right? So it has a wonderful camera, and also apart from that, it has also got a panoramic what we call this particular telescope as is uh, a panoramic rapid response system, right? So what does this telescope does? It also gives you a zoomed shot and also a wide angle shot. That means you can also zoom into this area of the sky and also give you wide angle shot. Okay. So what happens during the entire program? The PS1 telescope at Hawaii takes the image of the night sky. Images are processed and are made available to you all. Students download the image data to analyze it with the software Astrometrica and find moving objects. Students send a report based on their analysis. This report is further sent to IASC, which actually analyze the report. Now, how does discovery happen? IASC, when it finds something as a possible asteroid, declares that discovery as a preliminary discovery, but this is not a confirmed discovery. Pan stars must take a follow-up image of the discovered asteroid. Now, when the pan stars take a follow-up image of the same area of the sky from where that preliminary asteroid is, if the in case the pan star is able to take the image, the MPC, that is Minor Planet Center, officially recognizes the discovery as provisional discovery and is given a temporary designation. Or in case the image is not taken, it remains as preliminary discovery. Process of discovery. Second observation of an asteroid is known as NEO confirmation. That means even if you are reporting an asteroid which might have been discovered by someone else, that will become an NEO confirmation, and that helps JPL at NASA, in confirming the presence of that particular asteroid. Third and fourth observation of an asteroid is also very important because it helps, NASA and other laboratories in finding the actual trajectory of that asteroid. It's important yeah, as I told you, Jet Propulsion Laboratory NASA uses this data to update NEO database. Process of discovery, provisional to numbered discovery. How does a numbered discovery happen? So temporary designation is given to a provisional asteroid discovery by MPC. So once MPC recognizes an object as an asteroid, it gives it a provisional status. But this is also temporary. This is not a permanent. Once a reliable orbit, that means a number of other observations of this asteroid happens and the reliable orbit of this asteroid is calculated, then the asteroid is called numbered asteroid, okay, with a permanent designation which is given by MPC, right? It takes minimum 6 years to calculate the orbit of the asteroid, and it will take 6 years for your provisional discovery to become a numbered discovery. Now, here are two pictures, right? We are actually learning how we find the asteroid. What does this software do? So here is our two pictures. So if I give you 5 seconds and tell you, can you find 10 differences in these two pictures? Most of you might not be able to find it, right? In 5 seconds, right? But if I simply, what I do, I blink these images like this. Here I have two images, so you can see I'm blinking the image. So are you able to, it does it become very easy for you to find the difference? Yes, it does. Okay, so this is the same thing that is done in All India Asteroid Search Campaign. So Pan-STARRS telescope, what does it do? It takes four images of a same portion of the night sky at an interval of 15 minutes. That means if the first photo has been taken at 12, so the second photo will be taken at 12:15, and third picture will be taken at 12:30, and the fourth picture will be taken at 12:45. And when you blink these images, what happens, because these all telescope actually track the background stars. That means the background stars remain as the same position. But with respect to the background stars, because stars are very 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 far compared to the solar system objects like comets, asteroids, planets, moon, sun, these are very close to us, so they move with respect to the stars. You can also, you can also analyze this by noting the position of moon over a period of days. So if you see the moon is close to one star today, tomorrow if you go out in the evening and see, you will see the moon will be at different place, right? So there is a movement, all right, of solar system objects. So we need to realize this movement. If you see something moving, that means that is a solar system object, and that might be a possible asteroid as well. Space is the organization behind 8 years of success of asteroid discoveries in India. We have conducted a specialized workshop for past 8 years, and we have been training students on astrometrica. Not just that, we provide 24/7 technical support throughout the campaign. That means even if you are, you know, late at night, you are analyzing the report and you find any problem, you can call us, right? We facilitate the asteroid discoverers, right? So most of the discoverers who have discovered from India get facilitated by Space India. All India Asteroid Search Campaign 2018 will be conducted in two phases. Okay, you all know that, and you are a part of second phase, that is August 3rd to September 2nd. Yes, there's a lot of coverage of AIC discoverers, so you are going to become famous and celebrities once you discover asteroids, right? Okay, here's a small video about asteroid discoverers from. Okay, now there are a lot of ministers and who have congratulated our discoverers, you know, celebrities and ministers who come and meet our discoverers. You can see these pictures. Okay, here you can find the director of ISRO, Dr. M. Annadurai, okay, who met our discoverers and congratulated them. Even the number of asteroid discoverers were awarded by Dr. Olson, who is a science officer with US Embassy, and Dr. Rosen, who was from JPL NASA. He's a project scientist at the JPL NASA. Okay, who wants to discover an asteroid? I believe everyone would, right? So here, this was about our presentation. Okay, I know we are running short of time. So if you have any question for today about today's training, you can write it to us at the email ID I am mentioning. Okay, I'm mentioning the email ID in the chat, right? So if you have any query, you can drop an email to us over here, right? Even if while training you, okay, on the software, I will be going through the software. I will be telling you each and every step. Okay. Just in case you face any problem at a later point, you can drop in an email over here. Okay. So let's go ahead with the second presentation, which is the All India Asteroid Search Campaign Program Steps presentation. So I believe we are done with the first presentation, and I hope all of you enjoyed learning about All India Asteroid Search Campaign. Now we are going to start with the program steps presentation. Okay. So, okay. I think there is someone named Dr. Ritu Sharma, right? Uh, she wants to know how will we discover them. Okay. Ritu, we are already, in the training process, and the training is not completed yet. Okay. So you will be learning about the software called Astrometrica. Okay, I am going to teach you how to use that particular software. Okay, so don't need to worry about that. So I will start with the presentation. Okay, everyone, we are here at the program steps presentation, and we are going to understand what we actually do with the software here, right? So AIC flow of steps. So let us understand each and every step one by one. So first step will be to download the data. Okay, I will be telling you how to download the data. Okay. Now the second step will be to unzip the data. Okay, and save it with the same name. Okay. Now that this thing is very important, that you save the data. That means the folder that you download with the same name as it is mentioned over there. Right. Second step will be to analyze the data, right? Analysis of data can be done through Astrometrica software only, and then you will edit and create the report, and finally you will send the report, right? So let's come to down the data download section. So everything is there on the presentation, but I will be showing it to you live. So okay, so I'm telling you where to download this data from. So for downloading the data, you need to go to space-india.com. Right, so we are here at space-india.com. Then here you will have to go on what we offer, services, sorry, outreach, associated members program, and all India asteroid search campaign. This is the page for all India asteroid search campaign. So you'll go to all India asteroid search campaign page. Okay, now here you can see data set, right? And later, when your phase starts, you will see your school name or listed, or institute's name listed over here in this list, right? You can see a lot of schools name is listed here. So whenever you click on any school name, it will ask you for a username and password, right? I know my username and password, and I have entered it over here, right? So I can see the data, right? But I will like you all will get this data, this username and password, just before starting of the session. Okay, just before the start of the session. Okay, when we the phase starts, you will get the data. Okay, so here is the list where you will find the list. Okay, so once again, I'm telling you what we offer: outreach, associated members program, all India Start Search campaign. And in all India Start Search campaign, you go to dataset where you can download the data from. Today we are going to use a practice image set that have already been given in your AISC kit, right? I believe all of you have the AISC kit, right? I also have the AISC kit, and the next step for me would be to download the right to download the setup file. So I go to the setup file, and this is my Astrometrica setup, right? So uh, I first of all, so this is the setup. So here I go. So I double click on it. But before that, you also have to check if you do not have, like some of you might must have taken. You do not have AIC kit, Nipun, right? He do not have AIC kit. Were you shared a folder? Were you shared a folder of AIC where the setup or of related to AIC is? Okay. So even over here, you have the AIC kit over here, right? This AIC CD on space-india.com. When you go on space-india.com and go to what we offer, outreach, associated members program, all India Asteroid Search campaign. Okay. Um, okay. So here you will see a tab called AIASC CD. Here you will find, every each and everything that is listed over there. That means support set, software setup, support document, practice data, anything, right? The new update. Okay, AIC software has a new update as well, so that is very important, right? Space profile, outreach brochure, astroport brochure. So these are some brochures that you find over here. So there's a wallpaper as well, there's a game. Okay, and WinRAR software, which is generally not required, but in case you require it to unzip the folders, right? So from here you can download it, right? Okay, I'm right now installing the Astrometrica setup. Okay, but before that, I need to check whether Astrometrica is pre-installed or not. How to check that? You just need to go to your C drive, and if you find an folder named Astrometrica, just select it and shift delete it, right? Permanently delete it, right? Then go back and install Astrometrica. So next, install. Simple as installing any PC game. Now it is asking me two things to do. Okay, first it is asking me to update the mpc orb.dat, and second it is asking me to start the Astrometrica, right? Now mpc orb, if I talk about mpc orb.dat, um, right, this is a file which have the list of all objects which have been discovered by the mpc till date, right? So it has got the list of all the objects which have been discovered in the mpc or minor planet center, right, which is already registered with minor planet center. Okay, so yes, we will do the update at the starting, but after that you do not need to do the update, right? And second thing is, would you want to start this Astrometrica? Yes, we want to start the Astrometrica. So I finish it over here. So it is going to start the update, and it is done. Now it says that this is a fully functional unregistered version of Astrometrica for evaluation, right? That means this is a registered version. This is an unregistered version, but you need to register it now. Or you can only work on a registered version. So the problem over here is that how would you do it, right? So we will provide you the registration ID and key, which is confidential. You need to keep it confidential with you, so that you do not, it does not get released, right, to everyone. This is only for the participants of Astro, yeah, only for the participants of All India Asteroid Search Campaign. So I'll register. It's asking me license and key. What license and key you are going to put? You're going to put, wait. So let's skip this. The username is IASC and password is TLD-171. IASC TLD-171. So here we have successfully completed the registration. It says mpcreport.txt and astrometrica.log already exists. Nipun is asking, will it be emailed? Nipun, I already told you. It is IASC and password is, okay, I'm writing it over here as well. So username is I IASC and password TLD-171. Okay. Now it is asking me mpc.report.txt and astrometrica.log already exists. Replace existing files. Now obviously we will replace this every time, because this has roughest data and data of the last analysis that you have done. So every time I recommend you that every time you come to Astrometrica, you solve this, you analyze a new set yourself, right? So we will press yes. So it becomes Astrometrica become function, but I will close it for now, because I told you there's a new update to Astrometrica which we need to install, right? So I'll close it and then go to my website, where in the AISC CD option you get a section called update. You go to update and it sends me an update.rar, right, a zipped file of update. So I'm going to open this zipped file. Okay, so this is the zipped file. I'm going to unzip it. Okay, now I will find this unzipped file. Okay, and in this subject file there is a small file called update, right? Now what you need to do is you need to copy this file, go to C drive, go to Astrometrica folder and paste it over here, right? It will ask you whether you want to copy and replace, or don't copy, or copy and keep both files, right? You will do copy and replace. Okay, make sure you do copy and replace. Now once you do this, after this you never do the updation of the MPC or the minor planet centers orbital data, right? Never do that. Now I'll close this. Wait, no, I don't. So I will go to C drive again. Every time you open Astrometrica, you will go to C drive, and here, from here, the application you will open it. Do not open it from the desktop shortcut. Okay, because most of the time it will not fully execute. All right. Now, now my software is almost ready for analysis. There's one issue that every time you use this software, okay, you need to update the setup of the telescope that you're using. Here the telescope is AIR24.CFG, but the telescope that ARI24, but telescope that we are using is PS1.CFG. So PS1 telescope. So we are going to update that. And where to update that? You need, can you see this blue wrench icon over here? Edit program settings. Click on this, and here you need to go on open. So once you go on open, you will see several files coming up, in which one file would be ps1.cfg. Select that file, press ok, and you are done. Now next thing would be to fetch the, you know next thing is to fetch the practice data sets. How will you find it? In the AISC kit as well, or on the website as well, in the AISC folder. So these are practice image sets, right? There are two image sets which are already unzipped, so I'm going to use set 203, that is ps1 2013 0306 set 203. I'm going to select these all, right? But here in the, so how to open these files? I will go to file, load images, okay, then go to the place where I you know kept that particular software. So that was in downloads, AIC kit, practice image set set 203, and these four files are here. I'll just select all and open. So you can see all the files are opening up. Now after this, the next step is the astrometric data reduction. You can do it by two ways. Either go to astrometry and select data reduction, or press Ctrl A, or press this button. So three ways actually. So astrometry, data reduction, or just press Ctrl A, or you can go to this green icon which will say astrometric data reduction, right? So Ctrl A, it is telling me the central right ascension and declination of the picture. Press OK, and this is the process of reducing the data. So that, now what is actually data reduction, you need to understand this. Before data reduction, these images that I have loaded, these are just what you can say, just images, right? But after this data set, this data reduction, that becomes a scientific data where each and every point has a coordinate in the terms of right extension and declination. That is done in the case of night sky, right? Now this particular step in your AISC data analysis will require the maximum amount of data, and this is the place that will you will find most of the difficulties. You will find errors like this time. Once you get this table, your data reduction is done, right? That means I have successfully reduced my data. But just in case you get any kind of error, I can close this now because my data is already reduced, so my data is ready for analysis. But I'm just telling you that if in case you find any HTTP server error or anything, there is one way that you can resolve it. So go to settings again, the blue wrench icon, go to internet, and you find two servers over here. One is MPC op server and one is Vizier server. You can try changing the Vizier server to some other server and then do the data reduction once again. Okay, that is one way to resolve this particular problem. Another way is to, there's times when astrometrica is not completely it does not open up. So what you or rightly, or you have opened from the shortcut on the desktop. So what you need to do is like close the astrometrica altogether and just open it again by going in the C drive. Okay, now my data reduction is done. I'll come to the next step, which is known as known object overlay. So you can also go in known object overlay through tools, known object overlay, or you can simply click on this black and red icon. Okay, and what known object overlay does, that if in case there is already discovered or known asteroid or MPC object in this image, it will show you prior to it, right? My next step will be to blink these images and look for the asteroids, right? Now, can you see this rolling die icon? Now, when you go on this, hover over this, it will say blink current image, and the shortcut for it is Control B. So if I press Control B, you can see these images blinking, right? So let us zoom into the image and let us find some asteroids, right? Ready for it? Okay, let's do it. So I will zoom in, and how will zoom in? There are two magnifying glass made over here. So I'll go click on zoom in. Okay, now let's start with the first corner. Okay, now the easiest method over here in the Panstars data is it has got grid type data. So you can, what you can do is you can analyze it grid by grid, right? Okay, you can analyze it grid by grid. So suppose I first see this grid and did not see any object moving, but when I come to this grid, I already know where the object is. So in this particular data, but you will have to properly analyze each and every grid, right, to get the data. So here you can see an object which is moving, right? Okay, Mikul, how to invert the colors is very easy. There is an icon over here which says invert image just before the known object overlay, or you can also access it by images, right? Invert display, right? So you can just click on it and it will change the display type. Okay, I find it better this way, so I did not change the inversion. Okay, now you can see this object is moving. Now, how to identify that the particular object which is moving is an asteroid or not? So there are five things that we need to see in an object whether it can be an asteroid or not. So the first thing is that the object should be moving in a straight line, not zigzag, or that means it should be moving in one single direction, right? If this object would, like, in one image it's over here, second over here, third over here, fourth over here, fifth over here, so it is not an asteroid. But if it's going straight, like in this direction, or this direction, or this direction, then it will be an asteroid, right? So second point will be, like, this object should move equal distance between two consecutive images. Suppose from image 1 to 2 it's coming from here to here, so it can't be like from image 2 to 3 it goes directly to here. No, so it will go like the same distances in each one, then 2 over here, it will 3, it will come over here, 4, it will come over here. Why? Because these images have been taken at an equal interval, right? So once the images have been taken at equal interval, so the asteroid would also move equal interval of distance, right? So here it qualifies the second point as well. So let's go to the third point. For third point, I will pause the blinking. How to pause the blinking? There are four buttons to actually control the blinking. This is to pause or stop the blinking. This is to again play the blinking, right? Stop again, and then is for to one image forward and one image backward. So I'll go to the first image, okay, and click on this icon, object. So you can see I've selected this object. Now there are three things you will check over here. The first thing is that these all white dots that you see are sticking to the red line, the red bell curve, right? Sticking very close to the red bell curve. If it does not, right, there's a problem in the signal, right? Suppose here you can see it's very well sticking to the bell curve. Now I point another object like this object which is just above. So this object, you can see these white dots are not sticking to the bell curve. That means this object has very less chance of being an asteroid, right? Another important thing that you need to check, that the fourth point is whether the SNR of the object is, okay, the SNR of the object should be greater than 5. So if you see over here, the SNR is 28.2, well above 5. If I talk about this object, you will find the SNR is 4.2, that is not above 5 point, not above 5. That means this can't be an asteroid, right? And the last point is to check the R value. Now the R value actually indicates the brightness of the object. Now the a particular asteroid over a period of 1 hour would not change its brightness drastically, right? So there should be only minute changes in brightness in the four images. So let's check brightness one by one. So in first image, image 1, the R value is 18.5. Let's go to the second image. The R value is here is 18.3, not much of a variation. Then the third image, R value is 18.4, and the last image, R value is 18.8. Okay, so these four R values, okay, you can see, okay. So this object with all five. Okay, Supriyo is asking what is SNR. Supriyo, when you study um, electronics at a higher level, you will understand. like SNR is signal to noise ratio. Now any image or any type of signal you capture, okay, the okay, any type of signal you capture, uh, the image has some signal and mostly noise, right? Sorry, it has mostly signal and some noise in good image, and in like image which are not good of in quality, there will be more image and less of signal, less of actual fruitful information, right? Here you can see a lot of haziness, right? This haziness is caused by the noise can be due to, you know, equipment as well, like the camera which is capturing this image might heat up, right? Noise can be from any kind of terrestrial source of light, like while the telescope is working, there is a huge floodlight lightened up in a nearby area, so there can be a lot of reason of noise, right? But SNR is signal to noise ratio, and higher the value of SNR, the the better the quality of image of that picture is, right? So that is why we recommend SNR greater than 5. Okay. Okay, now we are very sure that this particular object is an asteroid. So let's pause it again and go to the first image, and then we are going to name it. And how to name it? Just again click on it. Now you can see an object designation tab, right? Just near to this tab, there's a blank tab. You have to name it over here. Now this name has a format that is 3 letters followed by 4 digits. Like if I have to name over here, I will name it ABC0001. Okay, then I accept it. Now here you can see a pink marker which marks the object. Sometimes you might not see the marker even after marking the object. So what you need to do is just right click on this image anywhere and go to select markings, or you can go to select markings from here as well. Okay, or in image as well. Now here you will check all the boxes and then press OK, and you will get the marking, right? Let's go to image 2 and mark it again. Because it is the same object, I am going to name it the same name with the same name. Okay. Okay, now you can see, I'll play it once again. So you can see all the objects are the object is moving in this picture. So in the same way, I will find another object, try to find another object, because you have to analyze the image very keenly at each and every place. So I think there's an object over here. You can see an object is over here as well, right? So I'm going to check this as well. So it's going in one direction. It's going not going here wire. It's going equal distance between two pictures. Okay. So let me check other parameter as well. So I go to image one, and the points are well sticking to the bell curve, and SNR is well above 5, and R value is 19.1. Let me go to and check the R value in the second image. Okay, image 2. Okay, so the R value over here is 18.9. The R value in the third image is 18.9 again, and the R value in the fourth image is 19.3. So there's not enough of a change in the R value, so it can be considered an asteroid. So I will go ahead and name this object. So let me go to the image one and name it as ABC0002 and accept it. Then go to image 2 and name it ABC0002. Again, accept. and go to image 3, name it ABC0002, accept, and the last one ABC0002. Now here, if you see, this object is also moving, right, in the same direction. Now if I zoom it out, you can see we have found two objects in this picture, and by keenly observing, you can even find more object, or you can just find these two objects. That depends on the data set or which area of the sky the image belongs to, right? So right now I'm going to generate the report so that I can create the report. So I'll stop blinking, wait, stop blinking, and then go to file and view MPC report. Okay, go to view MPC report, and you see a report already made over there. But this is not the report that we are going to submit. So what we are going to do, we are going to copy this report, Control C. I'm going to tell you an exception that you should remember. So just in case what happens, because there are grid lines in between. So just in case an object is seen over here, and then the second image it goes in the grid line, and third image it comes over here, and fourth it comes over here. That means if it's seen on minimum three images, you can, you can report it. If it's seen on less than three images, you cannot report it. So it should be on at least three images. So here you can see, because my both the objects were seen on all the four images. So this, we have four lines for 01, 0001, and four lines for 0002, right? But in case it is not the same case with you, you can you know now, okay, everyone, yeah, so I was telling you, like, there can be three lines, but there cannot be two lines or one line. Okay, there should be at least three lines. Okay, now if we see this particular data set, right, we have copied it from the area, from that place. Now how to name it? Then to name it, it's very simple, because see this is, these are the names of observer. Observer is the person who actually is using the telescope. Measurer is the person who is actually, analyzing the data. So here you will put your name. Suppose my name is Abhinav Dubey, so I'll write A dot Dubey, right? And suppose I have a partner named say Sakshi Sharma, so I will write S dot Sharma, right? And suppose my team is Space India, name of my team or my name of my school, or you can write your school's name over here, Space India, right? Now, we can only give one comma in this entire sentence, or one dash. So we write Space India, Janakpuri. Now you will write the address, Janakpuri. Do not give an additional comma, because there can only be one comma. That will be just before India, Delhi, India. So this is how you are going to write. So in case of Space India, you will write your school's name. Okay. In case of, instead of Janakpuri, you will write the the location of your school. In case of Delhi, you can write your own city name, and India will be India. And if in case you are participating from India, yes, most of you are participating from India, right? Okay. Now one more editing that you need to do in this report is, after the net ppmxl line, you will press enter and add one more line, and you will add the image set name. So image set, right? Image set. Okay, Nipun is asking, can you please tell again about three images? Yes, Nipun, the three image set thing is that, just in case your, so let's come to the software once again. So here, if you see the blinking of these softwares, the blinking of the images, okay, so you see these objects are actually inside one grid, right, moving inside one grid. Suppose this object would have been transitioning from one grid to another, and in between it goes in these blank areas, right? So let's talk about this area. right? So this is the object. Now if this would object would have been moving like this, right? So one it is over here, and at two image 2 over here, at image 3 over here, and at image 4 over here. So in one image it might go in this blank area, right? So in that particular case you all can report the asteroid, right? But just in case you do not find this asteroid in two images or two or more images, then you cannot report it. The asteroid should be at least in three images. Is it clear to all of you? Nipun, is it clear to you? Please write, acknowledge it. Okay. Okay. Now let's come to this software again. Okay. Here after image set you will give a colon and write the image set name, and where the image set name is in the unzipped folder. So this is the unzipped folder. Okay, this is the name of the folder. This is your image set name. So I will just copy the name from here. Okay, so I'm going to paste it over here. Now you have to keep it copied because this should be the name of your notepad file as well, right? Shubham, this video will be available online again, so you can re-watch it, right? It will take a lot of time to explain the entire process once again. You can watch it once again when the video gets over. It will be available online. You can watch it again. Okay, Shubham. Okay. Now I'll go to File and then Save As. And here I will paste the same name because I need to save it with the same name. I will go to documents, and in document I will try to save AIASC. I'll make a folder for AISC and save all my reports in this, and you should also do it the same way because all your data should be sorted. Now one more thing, take care of one more thing, that here I have named the first object as ABC0001 and the second object that I found ABC0002. Now if I found only two object, and if I analyze a second image set that I get from IASC, so give it a name, say AI ABC0003, right? Because if you are naming with the same object in various other reports, you know when you get the discovery in one particular object, you won't be able to make it that which particular asteroid was the discovery. So each and every asteroid you find, give it a separate name. Okay. So now my data set is my report is created. I'm going to send this report. How to send this report, that's also I'm going to tell you. Okay, you'll go to your email id, go to compose. Now in this compose section, how all of you know how to write an email. You in the to section you will write IASC at the rate. The email id is, wait, I'll confirm you the email id. Okay, just in case you do not find any object in any report, in any particular analysis, then also you will have to send the report, and you have to mention this line, no moving objects detected. So you can point any star in the analysis and give it a name, so it will give you a line in the report. You can just select that line and write no moving objects detected. Okay. How to send the reports? ISC search at the rate hsutx.edu in the two, and in CC AISC at the rate space dash india.com. So AISC search at the rate hsutx.edu, and in CC you can keep AIASC at the rate space dash india.com. Okay, I believe this is clear to everyone. Now in subject line, what you write in subject line? MPC report space the name of this data set. Okay, you will paste it over here by your school name. Suppose I'll write space India Janakpuri Delhi. Right. So this is how you will write the subject. Please keep the entire body blank. No signature, no regards, no thank you, no please file attachment, nothing. The entire body of this email should be blank. Then select. Then you have to attach the file that you just saved. So you go to documents and AIC where you saved the file. So you attach the file and then send the email. I am not going to send this email because this is not an actual dataset. This is the practice dataset. So all the practice dataset should not be sent to IASC, okay, because there is already a phase which is going on and they will be disturbed, right? So what you need to do, you can send it to AIASC, right? Do not send it to IASC, but you can send it to AISC so that we will understand if you have understood the entire process or not. So you have got nearly 7 practice image set. You all are requested to analyze them and send the report for the same, okay, everyone. So that was all for the how to analyze and send the report. Some points to note: the report should only be created as a notepad file, no other file. Always save the image in the name of the image dataset. You can only send one report per image dataset. That means if you are 2 people in a team, work together or coordinate together or do one set at a time, but you can only send one report, okay, for maximum chance of discovery report within a few hours or maximum one day. So if you want to become a discoverer, you will have to report these data within few hours after the data is being uploaded in your folder. Results are accepted up to 2 days, but this can only lead to confirmation and observations, but no discoveries. Flow of steps, revision of steps: download data, come here, then Astomatica you will do a PC update, set configuration, do the new update, load the data, you will do astrometric data reduction, known objects overlay, blink current images, and then copy the report, edit report with notepad. Now you're going to send the report at this is isc search at the rate hsutx.edu. Let me confirm you. Wait. Uh, Mukul, Mikul, please write your question. I will see if I have time. I will surely answer it. Okay, ISC search is the correct email ID. So this is wrongly written on this page. The correct email ID, I'm mentioning it to you. Okay, Mikul, data sets, there's no specified time the data set will be uploaded. It can be uploaded like it depends, right? It can be uploaded at any point of time. Okay. Okay, media policy, you need to understand this very clearly. Space should be in loop of every communication between the school or their institution and media, or you people and media. Should always take the name of All India Asteroid Search Campaign and space as the coordinator of All India Asteroid Search Campaign. Okay, so good luck and happy hunting. I expect you all to become discoverers. If you have any question, you can put it on this email ID: AIASC at the rate space dash india.com, or we have a Facebook group as well, right? Yeah, with the name of space AISC on Facebook, where you can put in your queries and someone will answer your queries. Okay, so I expect like you, Aryan, you should do it in a group. That is a better. Or if you're doing alone, please coordinate with your partner and don't make that the mistake that both of you are sending separate report for the same data set. Never do that. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot. I hope this was a very informative session. And thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.